Good afternoon. It is Tuesday afternoon, 2 o'clock my time, 4 o'clock Eastern, 5 o'clock Atlantic time if you're in New Brunswick, Nova Scotia, all those places. My name is Bill. Start, stop, stopping. That's the topic of the day. Start, stop, stopping. That is a quote that just kind of hit me between the eyes. Uh, when I was working with a guy for a year, we weren't working together. I was in a mentorship program with him for a year, and his name is Dave Gambrell. And he said, start and stop stopping. Imagine how far ahead you'd be if you started something and you stopped stopping. That's something that you started. So it's not about starting. It's about a pattern of quitting. Okay. It's not about starting. It's about a pattern of quitting. And that's what I want to talk with us today a little bit. Now, I always do, before I get into things, I always talk about lag time. I have a confidence monitor over here, which is I watch. I'm not watching myself, but I've got my iPad set up, and I find out when I press live how long it takes for it to actually go live. And today's lag time is 23 seconds. So I'm 23 seconds ahead of you. When I say this, you'll hear it in 23 seconds in real time, but you never really know the difference. But that's the lag time. My record is now that's not the greatest. The less lag time, the better, kind of. So uh, I did have a 29-second lag time at one point, and my low has been like 13-second lag time. There's going to be some lag time. That's just it. So today it's 23, and I am not at home. I am with my mobile unit, which means it's not on my desktop. I'm on a laptop. The camera that I'm using is the laptop camera. So if this laptop camera looks decent, I'm happy because uh, this computer is 5 months old, maybe. It's pretty much the latest, uh, and it's a MacBook Pro. It's an M5 MacBook Pro, so it should last me 6, 7, 8 years. At least that's what my wife told me it was going to last, because it is. So you've started this, don't stop. I said, okay, I will not stop. Now I am the poster child for starting and stopping, starting and stopping, starting and stopping. But let me ask you, put it in the comments as you're listening through this, or if you're live, put it in the comments. That'd be great. Stuff that you've started and you've stopped. Now, sometimes you start something, you think you're going to love it, and you don't, and you stop. Okay? You think you're going to love it, and this goes for YouTube. If you start a YouTube channel and you find that it's frustrating you, and you don't like the editing, and you don't like the process of doing a video, or you don't like the process of uploading a video, or all that kind of stuff, if you don't like any of that stuff, maybe you should stop. But I don't advise you to stop. If you're going to start YouTube, I don't advise you to stop for 90 days. Do it for 90 days. Have a good plan and do it for 90 days. And if after 90 days you think you need to stop. But don't go back to it. You've already decided you're going to stop. That's an opinion. But here's some obvious things right off the bat. The January gym membership. Oh, this year's going to be better. I made a resolution, and the gym membership makes you a January warrior and a February ghost, because you never go back. You've paid for a year, but you're never going to go back. The diet that you've started and stopped and started. I've had a cheat day. I've had a start, a stop, a start, a stop, but I've had a cheat day every day for the last 2 weeks. So, the book you were writing, maybe, is something you've started and stopped and started and stopped. I've written 2 books. I'm halfway. I've started a third, and I've not stopped it. It's on pause. It's still on my radar. I'm still working at it behind the scenes, but I put a pause on it due to time restrictions. And that's a story I'm not going to get into. Learning an instrument. You bought that guitar. You're going to learn how to play guitar. Yeehaw! Get at it. And it sits in the corner, and it's not happening. It's just not happening. Uh, but you wanted to start a daily journal. By the way, I've never started and stopped playing guitar. I never started. I never did. My mother said if I started taking piano lessons, she didn't let me stop, and she didn't. She made me get up to a certain level to finish. So Yeah. What about a daily journal? I'm going to journal every day. I'm going to write something down every day. Maybe it's a gratitude journal. Maybe it's a planning journal. Maybe it's just a reflection journal. Maybe it's a prayer journal. And you start it, you stop it, you start it, you stop it, you start it, you stop. And you've got 7 days going on in there. And then you stop for 3 weeks and put another 4 days in there and you stop for a month. And you start and you stop and you start and you stop it. Stop it. I'm quoting a comedian whose name eludes me right now. It'll come to me. Uh, Bob Newhart has a video about stop it, just stop it. Uh, anyway, if you want to search Bob Newhart, stop it. That video will come up. It's about a 6 minute video. It's hilarious. It's hilarious. So the not so obvious ones uh, of starting and stopping is prayer and devotions. Some people are religious about it, and some people have great intentions and they're praying every day and they're doing devotions every day, and then something happens and they skip a day, and the next thing you know they're not doing it, they're skipping it more than they're doing it. So yeah, that's kind of a struggle, and I think a lot of Christians go through those struggles. Some people just have that mindset: start, I'm on it. uh, Reaching out to an old friend might be one that you start doing it but you stop it. An apology you started to make but you didn't. You chickened out. Learning how to rest. Some people, when they get into retirement, they don't know how to rest because they just need something to do and keep going. Some people are aching for the rest. Um, but it's to start and you stop. Some people want to have an afternoon nap and they do that and they feel great about it. But then stuff comes up and they stop doing it. But it's really great for their health. So yeah. Then there's the sneaky ones. Uh, you have this dream, you have this goal, and you start pursuing this goal, and then you stop. And you start, and then you stop. Then you start. And let me go back to the quote by Dave Gambrell: start, stop, stopping. There's got to be a good skit in there too. If I did it now, why do we stop? Here's some real reasons for why we start something and we stop it. And I'm thinking about this in the context of YouTube. If you're going to start, start. If you're not going to do it, don't do it. That's fine. I encourage you to find something and start, but you got to give it 90 days, as I've already mentioned. So, and I'm looking over here in my notes because I don't have my full setup. I'm doing a kind of a semi-mobile setup. I'm at my daughter's. I'm dog sitting. So if you see dog going in the background, I'm dog sitting a couple of dogs while they're in Hawaii. I'm not in Hawaii. I'm at their place watching their dogs. Anyway, why we stop? Fear dressed as prudence. I'll start when I know more. I'll start when I get to that certain feeling. Uh, Another reason why we stop is you start comparing yourself to other people and saying, I'm never going to get as good as them. I'm never going to be as great as them. So why even bother? If they're doing it so well, why do I even bother? Why do a mediocre YouTube channel when there's a bunch of really good looking YouTube channels out there? So, yeah, so there's that comparison thing. And just stop comparing yourself to anybody else. The only comparison you need to do is comparing yourself to yesterday. That's all you need. Uh, Another reason why we stop, especially when you're doing YouTube channels or starting with YouTube, is you don't see there's not a quick visible payoff. It takes time, and YouTube's made it even harder because they've doubled their watch hours from 4,000 watch hours to 8,000 watch hours before a person gets monetized. And for people that are doing a YouTube channel in order to get monetized, yeah, so they've just made it harder. So there's a level of patience and persistence. So for me to make that now, it's a start and don't stop. Period. End of story. Don't stop. Then there's a permission problem. Nobody told you your voice matters now that you're semi-retired or retired. Nobody told you that. But your voice always matters. So when you start, you have something to say. Start, say it, stick with it, keep going. Now, there's 3 words in this quote: start, stop, stopping. Got it. So let's turn this a little bit. Stop stopping. So I'm going to probably be reading a little bit over here on the side screen. I usually have it in a teleprompter, but I don't. The teleprompter's semi-permanently fixed in my office, and it's going to stay there. I'm not going to move it. So starting is a moment. Not stopping is a discipline. And a lot of us don't like that. We just like to, I'm going to do what I want to do when I want to do it type of a thing. But if you're going to start something, like I've started this, I'm committed to at least one video a week and one live a week. And now it's a discipline situation, not a, you get it, not a, I mean, starting is one thing. Discipline, that's a different muscle altogether. And it's a muscle. You have to work at it to get it better. So uh, you have to lower the bar for what counts as not stopping. Now, if I miss a live stream one week, it's because I'm traveling. Can't help that. Can't help it. I'm traveling. So I've got to make the adjustment, whatever the case may be. So, excuse me. So one video a week beats a perfect plan for a video that you never really filmed. So the stopping thing is important. The people who win aren't the most talented. The people who win are the ones that are still there in 6 months or a year or 2 years. You just keep at it. You just keep going. And like the idea of Galatians 6:9 comes into play here, where it says, don't grow weary in doing good. And of course, my goal is start now, share what you know, help others. I believe that what I'm doing, hopefully, is I'm doing good for people, which is a cool thing. So that's kind of the idea. And I mean, it's 3 words. Memorize this quote: start, stop, stopping. Don't stop. Don't. Sure, take a break. I get it. Sometimes we need to breathe. Sometimes we need to take a break. We need to rest. We need to just step back from it for a little bit, but always have the plan to go back to it. I mean, whether it's a hobby or whether it's starting a YouTube and doing a YouTube channel, uh, YouTube is looking, I believe, for consistency and vulnerability and originality. They're really starting to clamp down on AI stuff. And you may think, well, I can start a YouTube channel and put up a bunch of AI stuff and have a whole lot of videos up there and get monetized real quick, and people will watch my AI stuff. And they're really trying to clamp down on that, I think. That's why they made it harder, I believe. One of the reasons, anyway, of getting the 8,000 watch hours instead of only 4,000 watch hours in order to get monetized. You have to have 1,000. Right now, until February 1st, you need a 1,000 subscribers, and 4,000 watch hours of all the videos you've got up. You've got that. Now, put that into the idea of 1,000 subscribers instead of 4,000 watch hours, 8,000 watch hours. So if I get 4,000 watch hours and 1,000 subs before February 1st, I can get grandfathered in. But if I don't make it, then it's got to be 8,000. And whether I make it or not before that deadline, or whether I keep going after the deadline, there's the key word, is keep going. So my plan is to continue to work at myself and get better. And even in retirement, I mean, this is a retirement thing for me. I'm 68 years old. I plan to be doing this as long as I'm able to do this. That's pretty much the reason. Just if I'm able to do it, I'm going to do it. I'm going to be consistent at it because, as I mentioned earlier, I am the poster child for starting and stopping, starting and stopping. I have 3 or 4 YouTube channels that I've started and stopped. I'm not going to stop this one. I've just finally come to terms with it. Absolutely a waste of time of everything that I've done up until this point if I decide to stop. So I've decided not to stop. Start, stop stopping. That's kind of the whole message. That's kind of the whole thing. If we haven't met, thanks for listening. My name is Bill. I live in northern Colorado, Front Range. So I look west and there's the mountains. I look east, that is a pancake. So Northern Colorado Front Range, that's where I'm situated. We're looking at 90-degree weather. We've had rain over the weekend. That was pretty good. Uh, Means something here. May not, don't know where you're listening from. So keep that in mind. And I'm just going to give a quick plug because this phrase, start, stop, stopping, comes from a guy that I was, uh, he was my mentor for a year. And he kind of drilled this into me, which makes total sense to me, is start and stop stopping. His name is Dave Gambrill, Gambrill. And right now he is deep into teaching people how to get started with AI. I'm not talking about AI videos. I'm just talking about AI in general. AI use in your daily life, in your business, whatever your business may be, in whatever the case may be. I use AI daily. I've learned a ton from him. And if you want to learn a ton from him as well, uh, look him up. Not necessarily on YouTube. Look him up on Facebook. He's also the king of memes. So if you look him up on Facebook, he's got a ton of memes. But you'll be able to find the different things he's doing. If you can't find him, drop me a comment. I'll find a link that will get you in connection with him. He's got, if you want to learn about AI, he's the guy. That's all I'm saying. I can't say enough good about him. He's been, when he says he's going to do something, he's going to do it. And he's doing very well at teaching people AI, and I've learned a lot from him. Other than that, thanks for listening. Have a great day. I will see you next week. Next week, as far as I know, I'm going to be back in the office. I'm going to be back where I'm not mobile anymore. I guess that's all I got to say about that. Take care. Have a great week.